Hello, second graders. Today for our reading, we will have two lessons. The first lesson will be our new vocabulary words that we will be using in our story for today. And so our second lesson will be our big idea for the week, along with reading our new story. So I'm going to close out this window, and then we're going to get started with our 8 new vocabulary words for the week. Our first vocabulary word is amazing.
Amazing. Jason made an amazing flip into the pool. Amazing. If something is amazing, it is very surprising or makes you feel wonder.
So to define amazing, amazing is defined as very surprising or makes you feel wonder. So right now I want you to think about a time that you had that was amazing, and think of how you felt and think how your face was. So remember, amazing is very surprising. Our next vocabulary word is force. So I see the word for, and then I see the C making the S sound because there's an E behind it. Force.
Force. The force of my kick made the ball move far. Force. A force is a push or pull that can change how something moves.
So to define force, a force is a push or a pull that can change how something moves. So right now, I want you to think with your finger, if you were to touch something and push something, you are doing a force. Or if you were to grab something and pull something with your hand, that is also a force because you are changing how something moves. So the definition again for a force is a push or a pull. Okay, our third vocabulary word is measure.
Measure. I can measure my height with a ruler.
If you measure something, you find the size or amount of it. So that is the definition, to find the size or the amount. So I want you to think, what is something that you could measure with your ruler that you have at home or in the classroom? Think of what you can measure by finding the size of something. Okay, our fourth vocabulary word is objects. Objects.
Objects. There were lots of objects in the toy chest.
So to define objects, objects are things you can see and touch. Okay? So right now, I want you to look around and see all the objects around you. Anything you can see or you can touch is an object. All right, our fifth vocabulary word is proved.
Proved. Wyatt's big hit proved he knew how to play baseball.
So to define proved, if you prove something is true, you show that it is true. So I want you to think about a time someone proved something to you. So think about a time somebody showed you that something was true. So that is the definition of prove, to show something is true. Okay, our next vocabulary word is speed.
Speed. The car moved at a very fast speed.
The definition of speed is how fast something is moving. So I want you to think about some objects or items or things that can move at a fast speed. For example, this race car could move at a fast speed, or maybe a jet, or maybe an airplane. I want you to keep thinking, what can move at a fast speed? Okay, our next vocabulary word is the word true.
True. It is true that an elephant is the largest land animal.
If something is true, it is a fact and it is not made up. So another word would be it's not false. We will learn that things are true if they're not made up, and they're false if they're made up. So I want you to think right now of a true fact, something that you know is true about elephants. For example, a true fact could be an elephant has a trunk. That is a true fact. We can prove that. Or an elephant has tusks. That is a true fact. We can prove that. Okay, our last vocabulary word is the word wait. Now you look at the E-I-G-H. We learned yesterday that the E-I-G-H makes the A sound. So when I sound this word out, I have wait.
Weight. The weight of the pumpkin made it heavy to carry.
So another way, or when you hear the word wait, you sometimes think of the word wait like I need to wait for the bus, or I need to wait for my teacher. That kind of wait is spelled differently. It sounds very similar, but it's spelled differently. That one is spelled W with an A-I, making the long A sound, and then the T. So to define wait, this kind of wait, this weight is how, the weight of something is how heavy it is. So I want you to think of that pumpkin, or think of something that's really heavy that would weigh a lot of weight that you would have trouble lifting. Okay, so remember, weight is how heavy something is. Now, second graders, that you have learned your vocabulary words, you are going to complete this reading vocabulary worksheet, which is page number 101. At the top, you will write your name, and then you are going to use these words that we just learned to find the clue below that matches. So we have amazing, proved, force, speed, measure, objects, true, weight, and did I say speed? I can't remember if I said speed. So you're going to use these objects. Now, down below, I should say these vocabulary words. Down below, you're going to read each clue below, then find the vocabulary word on the right that matches the clue. Draw a line from the clue to the word. So here are your clues. Here are our vocabulary words. If you don't know one, skip it, go on to the next one, and then come back to it. Okay? We're going to do number 1 together. How heavy something is. We just talked about that word. How heavy something is. That is weight. So you will draw a line. Mrs. Murphy can't because I'm on my computer. Now I'm not my Clever Touch. But you will draw a line from here to C. So number 1 goes to C. Circle it or cross it off when you get it done, because you're only going to use the words at the top one time. When you are done with section A, at the bottom, you are going to choose one of the vocabulary words from the box above. Write the word in a sentence of your own. So you're going to create a sentence down here using one of these words. Make sure you have a capital letter And make sure you have a punctuation like a period or an exclamation mark or a question. And make sure you use your vocabulary word and double check that it makes sense. All right, second graders, that is your vocabulary lesson for today with your new words and your assignment.